Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and this is a battle that took place on the live stream by Mad Max a couple of days ago on the 8th of January, and I was platooning with Mad Max and Microdrive. Microdrive's in the T29 and Mad Max is in the Cruiser 2 with the derp gun, the derp cannon, which he calls the crumpet thrower. And I'm in the Sturmpanzer 1, the Bison, with the 15cm howitzer, and on the south spawn of Widepark. Now, what happened in this replay is quite hilarious towards the end. You really have to see it to believe it, but it had us in fits and giggles at the end, and I think you'll understand why just as soon as you see the full replay. Okay, battle has started. Mad Max and Microdrive are making their way down towards the bridge road. M2 getting in the way there. I was also getting in the way. Oh, Panzer 38T trying to get around the corner. Okay. Trying to settle down, find my firing position, and I'm ready to go. And we spotted some of the enemies straight away. Okay, they're just getting into position. I fire a clutch shot of that T28. But because my reticule wasn't fully dialed in, unfortunately the round hit the other side of the embankment. But we've temporarily lost sight of the T28. I was covering the tunnel just in case he came through. Two Panzer 38Ts making their way along the embankment, doing some spotting. And there's a T29 down the other end. Now, Microdrive's gone up this end. And he's one of 4 tanks that are trying to cross, including a Panzer II, P2, who's suddenly receiving artillery fire. And I'm dialing in on that T29, rounds out, and the round hits the embankment just in front of him. Doesn't do any damage though. The B2's backing off. Microdrive's up at the front. Mad Max is sitting down at the end of the bridge road. He's already taken out one of the tank destroyers on the enemy team. Okay, round out on the T29, and that's a kill shot. 137 hit points, but he's out the game. And I'm zeroing in now on the T28, and somebody's pinging the map over in the southeast corner. Max suggests that he should change his name to Captain Ping-a-Lot. And I know that there's an enemy over there, but I can't see him now. We know there's a T29 behind that building as well, spotted by the guys up here on the railway line. And it looks like they're receiving arty fire. A lot of arty fire. Oh, and we just lost Microdrive to the T28. And he actually took out the Panzer B2 as well. And we also lost the M3G to the... rather, the Valentine took out the M3G, and we lost out that A20 to the T28 again. Type 95's trying to go through the tunnel. He's getting hit by the T28. I'm trying to dial in on that T28, but he keeps moving backwards and forwards. Very difficult. And we've lost the T20 Type 95, and my second shot goes into the railway carriage. I'm still indicating my target. I probably should have waited until he was turning around because he was near stationary at that point. But we've lost sight of them. Now, Mad Max moved down the far end, and he's taking up position on the railway line amongst all the wrecks. And we can see where the T28 is again. And he's just taken out by the Sturmpanzer 2 on our side. He finally managed to get a shot into him. And I see the Valentine, and Mad Max gets a shot into him. I fire a round clutch, and it goes over the top. Now, Mad Max is receiving shells from that Valentine, unfortunately. And he fires back, but misses. I'm trying to dial in, waiting for the reload to complete. Now, I've got a perfect shot there. And rounds out, and the Valentine moves at the last second and avoids the shell. And Mad Max is receiving shell. He actually put a shot into the Valentine too, but he backs away to avoid return fire. I'm trying to dial in on the Valentine again. I've just got the rear of his vehicle. Now that M2 gets taken out by the Valentine. I put a shot into the Valentine, 139 hit points. So at least I get something. And Mad Max is now down to 7 hit points. So he's very vulnerable to a splash kill. And he's sitting up there on top of the railway line, firing shots in at the tanks that he can see. And I get a reticule bloom at that moment. I'm expecting the Valentine to come through the tunnel. And he crosses to see if he can see the Valentine. We can't. I'm expecting him to come through any second now. There he is. He has come through. Rounds out. 2 hit points, but that was all I needed. It was a splash kill. I'm now down to 3 rounds of ammunition left. Mad Max is up on the railway line. He's backing away just a little bit. And he's just been taken out by the Vespa, who we believe is in A8, but there's no guarantee on that. And I asked for confirmation from my teammates, where did the shell come from? Microdrive thought it came from A8 as well, so I zero in on that spot. The alleyway between the buildings. Fire a round in, one of my last 3 rounds. And no results, so obviously he probably wasn't there. It might have been better to save onto that round, but I then decide that the only thing I can do under these circumstances is go shotgun and act as scout, because the M3 is AFK. I didn't know that at the time, but Microdrive said, no, don't go Rambo. Whoa, took off there, got some air. But I said, no, I'm going to go. And so I decided to go scouting. Microdrive mentioned actually that the Bison's actually quite fast. Well, yes, it is fast, because basically it's a Panzer I with a huge gun on it. So it's the same as the Panzer 1C, but just a little bit slower, because it's got a huge heavy field gun mounted on top of it with the wheels and everything. So they could literally roll the field gun off the back and use it as a fixed gun. Now I'm climbing up this bank, almost there, coming up to the railway line, and there's the Vespa. We know where the Vespa is now. He's only got 75 hit points, so I decide to turn and take him on. Okay, dialing in. I can see he's going to go behind that building. The Sturmpanzer tries a shot and misses, not by much, but he does miss. The Vespa looks like he's going around the building, and I know he's in an Arty safe position at the moment. I think he was looking for the Arty round the back, thinking that that's where we were. But then, because we lost sight of him, I suspect that what he did is he came through the channel just below the reticule at this moment. And there he is. He has been seen by the M3. Even though he's AFK, he's been seen. I dial in, round out, kill shot. 75 hit points. But the M3 is now receiving fire from the enemy Sturmpanzer II, who we don't know where he is, but we know that he's firing on the M3. He knows the M3 is stationary, and it's receiving shot after shot. And I asked for confirmation that he's AFK, and my team say yes he is. So I've only got 1 round left. I can only kill 1 tank. But after that, I can certainly scout for my team and scout for my other Arty, my other teammate. And I'm just doing a quick check over the railway line, see if I can see any opponents, and I can't. And the M3 lead's now been reduced to 1 hit point. And there's the T29. Just as the M3 lead's taken out, I can see the T29. And I'm dashing across an open area, and I thought that he was actually alive, but then he doesn't move. So we suspect that he's AFK. So I decide, right, well, that's my shotgun target. If he's AFK, I can quickly give him the coup de grace with my 15cm howitzer. And then we see the Sturmpanzer, and he fires at me but misses. So I shotgun the T29 right in the face with a 15cm howitzer and then back away, but I've got no ammo left, and the Sturmpanzer 2 is reloading, and he's got quite a fast reload. But then I decide, well, why not just scout? And he's going to have to chase me because I'm a bit faster than he is. He's got a Panzer 2 chassis, but I've got a Panzer 1 chassis, and I'm faster than he is. And at this point, a chase ensues. Yes, he's chasing me. It's like a Benny Hill chase. And there's a round from our Sturmpanzer, and he fires at me again and misses again. That's the second time he's missed me. And yes, he's still following me around the building. And we're running and running and running. It's the case of kissy, kissy, chasey, chasey, bangy, bangy. And that Sturmpanzer's still behind me. And at this point, Yo! He gets taken out by the Sturmpanzer on our side, which just leaves us now 2 Artys against 1 light tank. And we don't know where he is, but there he is. He's actually been seen. Now, back off there, just in case he is still alive, but he's AFK. So I decide to move up and spot for my teammate, and of course he puts a massive hit for 172 hit points in, and I decide to go ramming speed. I'm going to ram him to death. He's only got 27 hit points, and I hit him, but I actually do 58 hit points of damage to my own vehicle, ramming him, and no damage to him whatsoever. I just take his track off. So I go in for a second chance, and oh, I just got taken out by my own Arty. And at this point, we were killing ourselves with laughter at the other end, because this was just so hilarious. Could not believe that something so funny could actually happen. But anyway, it was a victory for our team, and let's have a look at the end results, and it's a first-class tanker for me in the Sturmpanzer 1 Bison. I also picked up a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. I got 9, and I got a fighter badge because I got at least 4 kills, and that's exactly what I got. If we look at the team scores, well, I came a long way down the table, 5th on the table when it came to damage with only 410 hit points. But I came top of the table when it came to kills with 4, and I managed to get top place when it came to base XP of 583, which was not bad at all as well. I fired 12 rounds, all 12 rounds in my magazine. I got 4 direct hits, 4 penetrations, and 1 splash. I did damage of 410 hit points, of which 353 were at more than 300 meters. Obviously, the difference was that T-29, which I shot up close. I spotted 1 enemy vehicle. I think that was probably the Sturmpanzer, who hadn't been seen up until that point. I damaged 4 of the enemy and killed 4 of the enemy. And I also did damage assistance of 389 hit points. On my premium count, I earned 16,391 credits, and I got compensation of 1,068 credits by for being killed by my teammate. That brought it to 23,744, and there was a holiday ops bonus in there as well. And after repair and ammunition resupply, I still had 19,306 credits. I received 875 XP, there's a holiday ops bonus, and it was ×2 for the first victory, and I had a personal missions payout of 875, so I took away 2,940 experience points in total. But I think what was funniest about this battle, and it was absolutely hilarious when it happened on live stream, was the Benny Hill chase around the buildings. You don't often see tanks chasing each other around the building, especially when they're arty. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay I'll be featuring in our next video.